last show on the tour.
Yeah.
You guys have been on the road, I think I was told something like 6 or 7 weeks now.
Yeah, it's been since pretty much since Shiprocked. Even before that, we did the NAMM convention in LA, and then we got to go back home and do the Radio Contraband conference in Vegas. Then we left to go do the boat, and then from the boat we went out with 10 years, and now we're wrapping that run up.
Wow. So after tonight, what are your guys' plans for the next couple months?
We're gonna take a couple of weeks off at home. We have a headlining gig in Vegas on April 17th at the Fremont Country Club, right there on Fremont 6th Street in downtown Las Vegas. It's beautiful down there. And then the next day we head out for tour with Nonpoint. So we'll be back in the area sometime in May with our buddies in Nonpoint, man. So
awesome. So if I'm not mistaken, you guys are from Vegas.
Yeah, right? Born and raised out there.
Awesome. So how was it as a band trying to kind of break through and stuff in the Vegas? Because I went to Vegas once, and just once and I love it. I love it there. I don't know about living there, but I loved it there. But the music scene is just intense. I mean, there are any band you can think of, you can find in Vegas. So how was that, trying to kind of break through, kind of break the mold, I guess, as otherwise?
Like you're saying, it was very competitive, and I think because of that high level of competition, every night there's so much. It's literally the entertainment capital of the world. There's international headliners, superstar legacy acts playing on a Tuesday night in Vegas, and so for us to make a name for ourselves and sell out venues that we did for so long, so many years out there in Vegas before we even signed a record deal, we're very proud of that, and I think it comes through in our live show, because we had to we had to put all that intensity, and Vegas is a town of extremes, and we had to bring that to our live show, and we try and bring a little piece of that to everybody on all the cities that we go to when we're on tour, and we hear often that, man, I love your music, I love your songs, I love the albums, but your live show is where it's at, I think because of the competition in Vegas, it helped us hone our skills in that regard.
Definitely. So I know it was only a few months ago, but I know you guys had a lineup change.
Yeah.
You mind going into any of that?
Yeah. So we got a new bass player, a guy named Tony Carboni, the Beast. He's amazing, man. He's a multi-instrumentalist. He plays everything, and he's really good at every instrument. So he joined our little band of wise warriors, and he learned about 80 minutes worth of music in 10 days.
Wow.
And he jumped on board and played his first show with us, headlining the House of Blues at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. It was packed, 1,000 plus people were there. And he fit right in. And and now since we've been on tour, and this year, like I said, we kicked off 2015 with these amazing shows and this amazing tour with 10 years. We've had so many fans that have seen us over the years with many, many different incarnations of Otherwise, with different guys at different spots. And, for people to go, man, this is like the best I've ever seen you guys, and it's really, a compliment to Tony for, because he joined the crew. He's got such a good vibe about him. He's got a great personality, great temperament, and he's extremely talented. He is a real musician, a true musician, and he forced us all to step up our game, and he also fits right in. So,
well, you can't ask for more than that.
Yeah,
then.
exactly.
I mean, if it's a fit, then you can't argue with that. Yeah. So, I know in May, I think the next show that you hit Kansas City with is Rockfest.
Yeah.
And that is quite the festival in this area. Probably about everybody here tonight to see you guys will be there. What is the biggest festival you guys have probably played to date? And what are you guys looking forward to in 2015 the most? The
biggest one to date would have to be, either Rock on the Range or Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
We did I don't know, man. We did a rock fest in Cadott, Wisconsin. That was huge. Motley Crue played, and I mean, it's hard to gauge. I guess you'd have to look up look at the ticket sales, but we did Aftershock a couple years, and that both years, it was just a sea of people in front of us. Some of my favorite festival photos of us are actually from the first Aftershock that we played. I don't know. It's a good question. There's so many big festivals, and we've been fortunate to be a part of, almost all of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's become a market of its own, just how many festivals there are, especially like spring and summer. It's festival season is what I call it, because I mean, me being a photographer mainly, that's what I end up at all summer is festivals.
And that's probably where you get your best shots, right?
Well, I mean, it's outdoors. I don't have to worry about lighting. So yeah, but I've hung out with you guys once before a few months ago, and I wasn't I wouldn't say not a fan. I just was unaware.
Right.
And I became a fan by the end of the set because, like you said earlier, you had to go to almost like extremes being in a competitive area to get to where you're at, so the stage presence is there and everything.
Yeah.
That's what makes me a fan of music today, is just a real stage presence. And there's a lot of bands who make it on one sound or another, but I mean, you can find that anywhere. If you have somebody who actually captures the crowd, that's what's important. And so what would you say to aspiring musicians who want to, kind of stand out on their own and really make it in the industry today? Because, I mean, there's plenty of them who look at, I need to sound this way, I need to look this way. I mean, what would you say to them?
Well, it's a fine line to walk, Colt. It's like you have to play the game a little bit, because the music industry is full of fake-ass people. But there's also, you'll find a handful of people. If you're a real person and you're genuine and you're a true artist, then you will find those people who are genuine and true. But you do have to, there's a lot of politics. You do have to take into account, the advice that you get from management and the record label. Everybody has input. Once you get to this level and you have a record label and you have a booking agent, you have a lawyer and you have a manager and you have an assistant manager and a tour manager, everybody has input. Everybody has an opinion, So I guess at the end of the day, which is like the favorite quote of every guy who ever worked in the music industry, at the end of the day, you have to feel good about what you're doing on stage. And that's the one thing I can say that keeps us going, is the fact that we enjoy playing our songs. And we make music mostly for ourselves, and it just thankfully is, a lot of people can relate with it. So yeah, some pop stars are totally manufactured and they get songs written completely for them, and they get, they have people doing their wardrobe and blah, blah, blah. And, we've also been lucky enough to work with songwriters who are like, dude, I have this song idea that I think would be perfect for you guys. And we take it and make it our own.
Right.
So I would say just everything you do as an aspiring young up and coming artist, just try to be as real to yourself as possible, and don't suck. Just don't suck at what you do.
Well, I'd say that's pretty solid advice, really. But so I know that you guys had Peace at All Costs come out, and that has been quite the album. It's been getting a lot of traction. I hear it pretty much anytime the rock stations play out here. So
that's awesome. That's good to hear.
And I'm proud to have been a part of the music video for Coming for the Throne. Yeah, it's very cool.
One of the strongest shots. We use it at that end shot that you captured is that's the money shot.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Later in the year, past the touring and all that, are you guys looking at working on new material as far as like recording wise? Are you guys just kind of basking in the new album, trying to get that out as much? Because you work hard on an album, you get a full length done, and then you want to be able to go and play it and show it to people. So where's that line for you guys? Are you guys looking at doing new stuff? Or?
Well, we're always working on new ideas. We recently stopped by Lucas Rossi's studio in Nashville and worked on a brand new track with him, and hopefully we can get that finished up here pretty soon. But we're always, we always have new ideas. We're always bouncing stuff off each other. We're hoping to get 2 years out of this album cycle, just like we did off of True Love Never Dies, which was our first album. So if we can do 2 years on the road, you know, hopefully get to Canada, hopefully get to Europe, you know. But as far as the new ideas are concerned, yeah, they're always there. You know, we stack ideas constantly. You know, my phone is full of melodies that I record. My drummer's computer, my guitar player's Pro Tools are all full of, you know, incomplete ideas, even maybe a couple of complete ideas. So there's plenty of material, new material, for us to try and, you know, perfect. You know, before the third album comes out.
Cool. So now it's basically just putting it all together and just waiting for the right time to really lay it down. And so like you said, it's part of that's probably a little bit of politics too. You want to be able to get the full worth of that album out with people too. So I mean,
and you know, right now when we don't want to force it. You know, we still have, like you said, it's a pretty new album. It's only been out for 6 months or so, and you know, there's a lot of really good material on it, so we want to, like you just said, get you know, the full lifetime out of it before we force ourselves to go back to the drawing board. You know?
Very cool. So yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty much all I had. I think I'm looking forward to the show. I think it'll be fun.
We've played it before, and you know, hopefully with the radio stations out here, 98.9 supporting us now a little bit more, and you know, the last couple times we played here, it was a lot of fun. So we like these dirty little rock clubs.